Ben Whittaker, who is originally from the United Kingdom, has been building a name for himself in the world of boxing because of his unparalleled abilities, charm, and fierce resolve. However, what distinguishes him from the other boxing individuals? Well, keep watching this video to understand why Ben Whittaker could be boxing's next superstar. Ben Whittaker, who was born on May 17, 1997 in Wolverhampton, England, started boxing at an early age and quickly became passionate about the sport. The beginning of his path in the sport started when he joined the boxing club in his hometown. It was then that he soon showed his natural aptitude and passion for the sport. Ben Whittaker's boxing technique is characterized by a technical brilliance that is one of the most remarkable elements of his approach. Even though he's still relatively young, Whittaker displays all of the characteristics of a seasoned veteran, including his fluid footwork, exquisite timing, and savvy ring presence. As a result of his ability to maintain control of the speed of the fight, predict the movements of his opponent, and execute accurate counterattacks, spectators have often expressed their admiration for him. Take, for example, Whittaker's fight against the tough Russian fighter that took place in the AIBA World Boxing Championships in 2019. Whittaker maintained his composure and demonstrated his defensive skills, deftly evading punches while patiently waiting for the advantageous opportunity to attack. This was accomplished although he was competing against a formidable opponent who was renowned for his aggressive approach. Whittaker seized on his opponent's aggressiveness by executing a series of devastating combinations, which eventually gained him the win and thrust him further into the limelight. The charisma and charm that Ben Whittaker has have won him the hearts of fans all over the globe. In addition to the extraordinary abilities that he possesses inside the ring, Whittaker displays a natural warmth and honesty that connects with audiences of all ages, regardless of whether he's talking with fans, doing interviews, or participating in promotional events. During a recent boxing bout, Ben Whittaker showcased his skills by dancing, taunting, and showboating before delivering a devastating knockout in the 5th round. Even though not everyone in boxing likes his demeanor, the Olympic silver medalist became a name worth monitoring in the sweet science very quickly. The referee issued many warnings to Whittaker for his conduct, despite the fact that supporters seemed to enjoy the flair and flair that he demonstrated on his journey to victory. Whittaker's promoter, Ben Shalom, who is also the CEO of the new organization Boxer, has made a pledge that a single referee or even objections from boxing purists would not be able to affect Whittaker or his ambition to put on a show each and every time he fights. Shalom stated on the Mixed Martial Arts Hour, "With anyone else, I would say yes, it might change them. But I promise you that he was warned by this referee, and I think the referee was way over the top last time. Remember, I believe that it was the very first time that the audience in the United States had seen him. There was a sense of urgency that said, we have to put an end to this kind of thing. Because of this, he fights. It is the means by which he perturbs his adversary," he added. "He's a complete and utter showman. What a superstar he is. Both Peacock and NBC are going completely and utterly fanatical about him. On his most recent bout, he received 100 million views across all media. It's unlike anything I have ever seen before." Whittaker has indicated that he does not operate in the ring in such a manner just for the purpose of accumulating mentions and views on social media. Rather, he does it because that is the manner in which he prefers to compete. The promoter, Shalom, is sure that Ben has a potential superstar on his hands because of his style of fighting, which, when paired with his skill set, has earned him a perfect 7-0 record in his professional career with 5 knockouts. The future star of boxing, according to Shalom, is not just the future star of British boxing, but the future star of boxing overall. He said, "This individual is not just a showman. He's a tremendous fighter. If anybody is interested in being amused, or if anyone is interested in being exposed to the sport of boxing, everyone should see him. He is without a doubt one of the most gifted fighters I have ever seen, if not the most talented fighter I have ever witnessed. As part of his amateur career, he has traveled to every corner of the globe. He's a tough guy. The Eastern Europeans have been his companions. The Russians have been in contact with him. The Cubans have been in contact with him. As a result, he passes that test as well." He added, "I believe that for us as promoters, as I said at the beginning of the conversation, we should give him that window of opportunity and make sure that he is on the most prominent platform because this one is going to be a huge success. Ben Whittaker has the potential to be a boxing superstar for a very long time. Both the face of boxing and the face of boxing are the potential candidates. The fact that he has collected over 1 million fans and is now one of the most followed fighters in British boxing in such a short period of time, that he has had the effect that he has had in 7 bouts is just insane. As Shalom and Boxer continue to grow into new regions, the promoter feels that Whittaker may really wind up being the finest potential way for the organization to conquer the United States. Shalom said, "I believe that he will most likely be our entry into the United States. I am aware of how enthusiastic NBC is about him." Shalom is of the opinion that Whittaker has not even begun to fully realize his full potential as of yet. Nonetheless, he anticipates that he will continue to demonstrate his full ability with each subsequent bout. As the journey progresses, Shalom is certain that Whittaker will continue to amass victories on top of victories and generate even more viral moments in order to maintain his rising popularity. Benjamin Whittaker, a light heavyweight prospect, has to work on improving his defense. According to trainer Peter Fury, he has a lot of weaknesses, which will cause him to have difficulty when he begins competing against more formidable opponents on a global scale. Possibly the 5th-round knockout victory that Whittaker achieved against Khalid Gradia in London left many spectators thrilled, but in addition to it, a further occurrence took place. In an effort to humiliate his opponent, Whittaker was displaying his superiority by whirling around, throwing bunny punches, and overall humiliating himself. In light of the fact that Whittaker is an Olympian, it was unsettling to watch him compete against a journeyman who is 4 decades older. Furthermore, in the amateur competition at the 2020 Olympics, Cuban Arlen Lopez defeated Whittaker by a significant margin. But that's not all. Rusmatov, who is of Uzbek descent, defeated Whittaker with relative ease in 2019, and he did it by landing many straight lefts and catching him as he drew back. During the clinch, Whittaker was only able to strike Rusmatov with bunny punches. However, he was unable to do much else effectively against him. If they were to fight today, it is quite probable that Rusmatov would prevail over Whittaker by virtue of the fact that the British fighter has not developed since the amateurs. Although Ben Whittaker is still climbing the ranks in the world of boxing, the future seems to be more promising than it has ever been for this young genius. It is with each win that he confirms his position as a rising star in the sport, attracting the attention of promoters, sponsors, and other competitors alike. However, it is possible that what distinguishes Whittaker from his contemporaries is not just his extraordinary skill, but also his unyielding commitment to his profession and his unrelenting quest for greatness. "I'm not just here to participate, I'm here to dominate," Whittaker himself said. Ben Whittaker has all the characteristics that are necessary to become the next boxing superstar. He is technically brilliant, possesses a charming demeanor, and is unrelenting in his ambition. Therefore, if you want to make sure that this young prodigy continues to carve his name into the annals of boxing history, you should keep a watch on him. Overall, Ben Whittaker is in a position to build out his own distinctive history, one triumph at a time, in a world where legends are made in the furnace of competition. Let us know in the comments below whether you believe that Ben Whittaker has the potential to become the next superstar in the sport of boxing. And that wraps things up. We appreciate you watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.